for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's good guys, Venomfire here, back from the video, and today we bring you guys one of my favorite run defenses in Madden 21. We're going to key in and focus in on one of the most popular runs at today's day and age. Again, it's starting to get used a lot out of a couple of different formations, bunch, trips, tight end. So you can tell how it would be popular just being in those two formations to begin with. Anyways, the play I'm talking about is halfback quick base, or any halfback base, 45 quick base. It's in a lot of other formations as well, but this just adds on to the point of how good the Power O is this year, and people just kind of took that to the shotgun formation, and now quick base is being used a lot more. But there's really no way to shoot this run the best way. I'm going to show you guys the best run defense for it, but realistically, it's insanely difficult to stop this. I tried so long out of 3-3-5 wide to try and find like some way I could actually shoot it cleanly. There's really no way, especially with 5 down linemen, it's just not possible. So we went to the next best thing, big nickel over G. We're going to be in that today. 4 down linemen gives us a little bit more versatility on the back end and allows us to do some more creative things from that standpoint. Anyways, before we get into the video, I do want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 17K, so if you could, consider hitting that subscribe button. But yeah, let's get into it. Now, the actual play I'm going to run is going to be the strong safety linebacker blitz. I feel like it gives us the best stock play to kind of add on to. Of course, you could always go with like a casino blitz if you will prefer that. But again, it does not make too big of a difference if you're asking me. So I usually just go with the strong safety linebacker blitz. I have a little bit more familiarity in that. Of course, in big nickel over G, you can get safeties at linebackers, so that's exactly what we're doing in today's video. You can leave auto flip on, of course, and yeah, let's get into the trips, because I feel like this one is a little bit more of a headache than the gun bunch one. The reason is because of how spread out it is, so it's difficult to get a lot of guys in the box, especially out of 3-3-5 wide. But let's hop into our actual setup. First things first, we got a man coverage shell. You're gonna have to play some overwhelming defense. If someone's running this base, they're going to continue to run it until you can stop them. So I don't care what you have to do. You want to show your opponent that you can stop it and really just get him out of this blitz. Now, of course, there's some other things you could do. You could kind of convert this to a zone coverage play, but basically what I like to do is I just pinch my entire defense. Now, you notice right off the bat, I pinch them. That's going to pinch our D-line. It's going to press our DBs. But I don't want these linebackers to flip. Of course, they cross when you spread your linebackers, or actually rather you pinch your linebackers. That's not what we want. We want our guys to kind of stay on the same side. So we just click onto them. They don't move. And then we still get our other adjustments. Now, also, you notice that the slot cornerback is blitzing. We do want him. So we're going to move him inside a little bit. Just click onto him. He's going to help with the running back kind of bouncing to the outside. Now you see the tight ends manned up. But here is where it gets a little bit tricky. Now, I want to use this guy on the right. I prefer using this guy on the running back side. So I'm just going to blitz all linebackers as well. Now, of course, my assignment is going to be defending the running back. So if it's a pass play, I defend the running back. Honestly, if the running back's out on a pass play, you should get quick pressure. And you can just press, use or defend it yourself. And everything should be bagged relatively well. But yeah, as far as shooting the gap goes, there's not necessarily a clean way to shoot the gap. This is a very difficult run, as I mentioned, one of the best in the game. So honestly, you just bring these 7 guys in the box, and one of them should get free. Of course, there's some ways you can get pressure or get through. I like to just kind of stand here. Also, I forgot to mention that the last step is to slant your defensive line outside. But basically, that's what it looks like when you get a perfect shoot through. I'll show the replay, kind of dissect things. But again, that setup was just pinch your D-line, slant outside. I pressed. I just moved those linebackers in a touch, moved that corner in. And that's how it works perfectly. Now, of course, the biggest reason that this works and that we're able to get this animation to work is because I moved the linebacker in, I moved the cornerback in. Every piece is for a reason. You see immediately it's going to force the line to pull to that left side with the cornerback being inside. And this is going to create a one-on-one with, or rather a one-on-two with their pulling right guard and our 2 guys. Again, I do recommend bringing Landon Collins in. You want to get him inside. The reason for that is so he gets this blitzing angle where he's going to basically lock on to the guard. Now, the guard doesn't even block Landon Collins, and that's probably because he's low overall, but realistically, he's going to block one of us. Even if he blocks me, Landon Collins through. If he blocks Landon Collins, you see right there, we landed a clean hit stick. Here it is in real time. So no stick work could have prevented that. Right when you get the ball off, you're getting hit stick, you're getting punched in the mouth. And that's what a perfect run looks like. So again, that's the animation that you want to get ideally. Now, as I mentioned, it's not perfect. It doesn't work every single time, but I think it's pretty dang good. Again, you want to bring Landon Collins pretty close, right about here, so that he just gets that animation. Again, the biggest problem, or the biggest step for this, is really just being able to move these guys in position before you ultimately get quick hiked. They could also do some motion with this. I've seen that a lot. People like to confuse it. So that's what they'll do. Again, user Troy Apke, just kind of sit in the gap here. You don't want to get too close. Don't get too far away. Of course, he's going to know it's man coverage, but of course he will. We know that he's running the ball. He knows that we're defending the run, and it's really just him seeing if we have legitimate run D. But yeah, so again, pinch your D-line, slant outside, just bring that cornerback in, press. Now, of course, the safety's not necessarily going to press. If you have enough time, you can move him down, but this is realistically what it looks like. Not perfect. In a perfect world, we could run it out of 3-3-5 wide, but big nickel over G is definitely not bad. So let's run it again. We'll show what it looks like, and there we go. It worked again. I think we got a block shed as well. I'll actually check it up. I think eventually later in the video I might show what it looks like if my user doesn't get free. But right there you see, as I mentioned previously, the right guard should block Landon Collins, which is what he does. We got kind of a weird shed there. He didn't actually get blocked. Again, I think that has to do with him being a low overall, but of course, big nickel over G is a very glitchy formation, especially in the run game, so cool things like this could happen. Of course, I landed the hit stick, and also any cutback potentially that he could get if somehow he's the craziest stick work and he's able to get out the edge. We have a cornerback slash safety sitting right there, so it's absolutely no worry to us. And again, very difficult to do. Realistically, if I wanted to, I could also use a rush if he ends up passing me, or if he passes with the running back blocked, I should say. But again, you're just pinching your D-line, slanting out, siding, you're pressing, and then you're just moving the slot cornerback in, blitz all linebackers, move Landon Collins in just a step here. Again, you don't want him too close, just right to the left of that nose tackle, I would say, is the best spot you can get. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll show it maybe a couple more times, a couple of different things. And there you see, right there, again, it's just very consistent, even if the right guard, again, it doesn't matter that the right guard's not blocking me. You might be thinking that it's just these specific teams. Even if the right guard were to block me, Landon Collins would be free. I can click on and I can flick the right stick up, probably force a fumble. So I'll actually show on the offensive side of the ball, since someone's probably going to comment this, what it looks like. Let's say, okay, so Landon Collins is ID'd. We're going to ID Troy Apke here. Well, I accidentally snapped the ball, but on the next play, I'm going to ID Troy Apke just to see if it ends up making a difference. I don't necessarily expect it to, but I wouldn't be surprised by the standards of this game, really. So we're just going to move him back into position. Troy Apke, let's see if we can ID. Is he up? There we go. So we'll see if it makes a difference. I'm actually kind of curious myself. Again, not a perfect blitz, and there you see, did not make a difference. So you could slide to the right, ID all you want. It's not going to change anything. At the end of the day, it's going to be a 2-on-1, and because the guard's pulling to the left, he's usually going to take the outside guy anyways. So yeah, realistically, I could duplicate this pretty much out of any play, I believe. Now, the biggest problem is you see right off the bat, if you go to zone coverage, that guy's going to move out. So you're going to have to move like the vert hook in. I think the vert hook should still get blocked even if he's in zone coverage, something like this. Let's see what it looks like if I don't put Landon Collins in a blitz. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work because he has to be in the run fit. Here's a look at the run fit. I guess he is kind of in the run fit in that mid read. We'll see if it actually works. I'm curious. We're going to kind of lab on the fly here. See if we can go with a potential setup to work. And right there, it kind of worked. We didn't have any threat of the cornerback coming off the edge. Looked like they slid protect a little bit better. So again, you can kind of go away with it, go away from it a little bit, but this blitz should be, or this run defense setup should be able to get him out of the run. That's what I think personally. I've ran it. I've got people out of the run. I tried this out against just a buddy who was running base. I told him to run base, and we tried this out online. It worked out pretty well. Of course, there's always going to be runs where he breaks out for 10 yards. That's just how good the run is. The run's very good. I actually made a video on this run 3 days ago or 4 days ago, something like that. So that just shows how good it is. I made a video on it myself. But it's important to defend the pass also. I actually want to see, let's see if we go something like this. This could be a potential option. And right there, it still works. So even if I manned up my defensive end on the running back, which could be a possibility, you saw how it actually worked. It wasn't necessarily as clean, but it still did work. And even if I man up one of those defensive ends, because I just need a guy on the right, I'm not as concerned because I still have 5 guys rushing, including my corner and that extra safety in the box. So I still should get quick pressure. But again, it's just going to add to our pass defense. So if they pass the ball, I don't have to run all the way over with my user to defend a levels wise sail type setup or something. I can actually help out on things over the top or a tight end corner out, something like that. But let's show it again. Right there, you see we actually got a new animation, which is cool, which is ideal. I'm sure some of it has to do with the fact that I actually manned up Montez Sweat there. We'll see if it actually affected. It doesn't look like it really changed much, to be completely honest. You see how everything's really the same right there. The left tackle just whiffed, and that's ultimately what caused everything. Although the right guard did move a little bit slower. So you see glitchy stuff happens in the big nickel over G formation. I don't know what it is about it. We saw Chase Young get the shed earlier. Now we got our corners coming unblocked. So glitchy stuff happens. You see not many receivers could get open that quick. Let's actually kind of show a pass defense. I want to see, honestly did want to see if this blitz actually worked, because this blitz did kind of used to work, where I could actually blitz this guy off the edge, and if I'm hovering in the gap, I think I could get pressure. Of course, I should get pressure regardless, but we're actually going to throw Collins in a zone, see if this can get through. So you won't know if it's a pass or run. We're going to kind of simulate that effect. So maybe I set up something like this. He's kind of mixing it in. I don't know what he's doing. So I would set something up like this. Let's see if the blitz can come through. I'm going to kind of hover here, and it didn't. So I guess was kind of right. But you see quick pressure. Of course, good D-line versus a bad O-line, but you're blitzing 5. You should get pretty quick pressure. The routes should not be super developed as long as you have a decent D-lineman. I think there was a blitz that works out of it. I made a video on it a while ago. I honestly don't remember the setup, but you could check that video out as well. Anyways, that's going to do for the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and peace. I'm out of here.